Hey now, take a step outside and seize the day now.
Hey all, welcome to Lawn Buddy University. Today we are going to talk through the equipment and inventory feature. So we're just going to click on the left-hand side, this equipment and inventory, and you can see three different sections: trucks, equipment, and consumables. And these are designed to work together. So I think it's best if we start off by working with trucks. So when you select this plus button, you can create a new truck. So I'm going to call this truck testing truck. And you have the option to add a trailer. So this is if you have a trailer that's always attached to this truck that typically contains the same equipment on it, or you're not frequently switching trailer and truck, then I would select this. Also, it doesn't have to be a truck. If you use vans for your business, you can also call this a van. We just use the word truck. So next you're going to assign it to a crew. So who are the people that are typically driving this vehicle all the time? And I'm just going to do it to the cleaning up crew. You can add a make and a model if you'd like. You can add the license plate number and any notes that you may want. This is a test truck! Exclamation point. Save. So right here down at the bottom, you see our testing truck, and there's a little note here that we said that I wrote, this is the test truck. You can see that we have 0 pieces of equipment on it and 0 consumables on it, and we're gonna add those here in a moment. But just to see what else you can do, you can edit the truck here. You can move a truck as an active. Basically, if it's broken or in the shop, you may want everybody to know that. So that's the purpose of that. And then you can get rid of the truck as well. But we're actually going to click right here on this arrow, and you can see something pop up and pop down. And when we pop this down, you have the ability to add equipment, and you also see consumables here, but you don't have the ability to add them. I'm going to explain why in just a moment. So when you click on the plus sign next to equipment, I'm going to call this trimmer for test truck. I can add any type of identification number I want, a serial number, a VIN number. I can change the status of it. So I can say that it's on truck, broken, or deleted. And I'm going to say this one's already on the truck. And it's already on the testing truck. I added that because this is a field there, because if you add equipment in this section, you can then assign it to a truck. But because we're already under a truck, it's already going to be assigned to it. I can add notes if I need to, and then I can add consumables by selecting these different boxes. So the purpose of this is, what else are you keeping on the truck that you have on the truck because you have this piece of equipment on it? So what else do you need on the truck besides the trimmer? You're going to need trimmer string, you may need gas, you may need oil, you may need a battery. And then once I select those boxes, you're going to see those items populate here in this section. Then we go down to the maintenance schedule. This just means, do you want reminded on when this truck, or when this piece of equipment, when this piece of equipment, the trimmer, needs to be checked to make sure that nothing's broken. And so I'm just going to say I want to check this after my crew runs it for 50 hours, right? So I'm going to say I've never used it before, so it has 0 hours on it, and I want to be reminded every 50 hours to check this bad boy out. And I want that to happen every 50 hours, right? So I'm going to hit save. So then I'm going to open this arrow again, and you can see that my piece of equipment is right there, trimmer for test truck, and then I have oil, trimmer string, and gas. And the next step that I would need to take is I would need to think about what's already on my truck and update the quantity on these. So I know that I have currently 1 quart of gas left on the truck. I know that I have, let's say 20 feet of trimmer string on the truck. And I know that I have, let's just say 10 gallons of gas on the truck. So now under equipment, This is all the equipment that I have on all of my trucks. So if I see my testing truck is here, my trimmer for test truck is here. This is my only piece of equipment that we added on it. And it tells me there's no hours that have currently been logged. And I'm going to talk about how we can log, you can see how many hours have been logged in a minute. And I can move this as well. So like I can take it off the truck, I can mark it as broken, mark it as deleted. I can view the history of it. So this is, this is every single time every single time a maintenance is checked, or every single time a equipment is logged, it would all be right here. So I can actually mark a truck as broken, mark it as deleted. I can view the history here. I can edit it. I can edit the maintenance due. So when in my edit maintenance due, I can say, yes, I completed this maintenance that I said that I wanted to be reminded of every 50 hours. Or I can say, nope, I skipped it, I didn't. That's what these buttons do. Or I can just reset it and say, I don't actually want to be tracking the hours anymore. I want to be tracking date, or I want to be tracking it by date, which would mean I want to be reminded every 6 months to check this piece of equipment, or I want to be, reminded at X number of miles. And this may not be relevant to the miles may not be relevant to a trimmer, but if it was a riding mower, potentially that would be relevant. But I'm just going to cancel that out because I'm happy with my maintenance schedule as is. So we talked about equipment, and now let's talk about consumables. So we added oil, trimmer string, and gas. And when you go under consumables, you can see that on our testing truck, we have oil, trimmer string, and gas, and you have the quantity of each of them there. And if you have the same actions here, you can edit the quantity, view the history, and edit the threshold, which means just changing when you want to be reminded to refill those consumables. So there's two purposes to this page. The first purpose is to help you see what you have and see where it is at all times, right? You want to know which equipment is on which truck, and you want to know who is monitoring that equipment. And you want to be reminded when that equipment needs to be checked. The second purpose of this links with this new feature that we have in beta right now. And this new feature is called our checklist feature. And I'm very quickly just going to show you, but this is all going to be done in a second video. But this checklist feature allows your employees from their crew app to update how much time they're using this trimmer that we just added. And so every single day they have the ability to complete a checklist, and we ask them in that checklist, you can prompt them and ask them, how many hours did you log on the trimmer? And every single time they log hours, this number will go up, 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 up. And once it hits 50 hours, then you get a little notification here that's like, hey, it's time to track the trimmer. So like I said, I'm going to go through all of that in a second video. But if you guys have any questions about how to add equipment, or how to assign it to crew members, or what a consumable is, if you just need a review of all this because it was a pretty quick crash course, just let us know. Reach out to us at hello@lombardy.com. Thank you.